The seductive styling of the 2022 Mazda CX-9 elevates your idea of what a three-row CUV can be.
Get 0% financing on a new Mazda CX-9 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Hello, happy Tuesday, happy second day of May, and welcome to 9 News Now. If you're joining us from a continuation of 9 News this morning on the mothership, well, welcome. If you've stayed streaming, I hope you grabbed an extra cup of coffee because we still have some more weather and traffic for you. In fact, before we get to Johnny, we want to start with Dr. Steve because it is a stunning morning in our part of the world. Another cooler start to the second day of May. Steve, good morning.
Good morning, Liz. Yeah, overall beautiful start on this Tuesday, but as I said, a little bit cool outside. Bright sunshine. Don't let it fool you. Temperatures have been running cool this morning. Baton Rouge right now 56, New Roads 54. Many of us low to mid 50s, even as cool as 48 Macomb. We do have some low 60s as you get closer to the coast. We've seen some fog down along the coast this morning, but inland we're doing fine. Through the morning hours, I think we'll enjoy plenty of sunshine, and with that, temperatures are going to rebound quickly. Mid to upper 60s at 9 a.m. into the upper 70s by noon. Highs today, low to mid 80s, right around normal for early May. But some clouds arriving this afternoon as well. Let's give you a look at that here with the HRRR model. So you see through the morning, plenty of sunshine. We pause at noon. Some of those clouds starting to lurk just out to our west. On into the afternoon, you see them filling in. Now this looks probably a little worse than what it will be in reality. Some mid and high level clouds, not going to be a real dense overcast necessarily, but I keep it dry this afternoon. Even though it shows a few showers tonight, I wouldn't worry about that. Largely keeping the forecast dry. Over the next few days, we're largely going to be under the influence of high pressure building overhead. That's going to keep us warm, and that should keep us dry through Thursday. But as we look out west, there is a storm system kind of spinning out around San Francisco right now. As that one eventually kicks out to the east, that will lead to some rain chances as we head towards the weekend. All right, here's a look at that. Picking up the European model Friday morning. Friday should largely start out dry, but you'll notice by the afternoon, 3 o'clock Friday, scattered showers and storms showing up. Those should diminish into the evening. Saturday should start out mainly dry, but once again by the afternoon, here we are 5:30 Saturday afternoon, headed into the evening, scattered showers and storms showing up. Those mostly die down. The European hangs on to a little bit of rain Saturday night. Sunday, mainly dry to start, and some indications maybe a slightly lower rain chance Sunday, but still looking at the potential of some scattered rains around. So bottom line is, it does look like some rain chances return Friday and stay with us through the weekend. Rain amounts don't look like too big of a deal. The Weather Prediction Center showing right now, generally speaking, an inch or less of rainfall on average the next 7 days. Could certainly be locally higher in spots, but not expecting those rain amounts to be a big deal. 84 for a high today and tomorrow. We're up to 88 by Thursday, so starting to warm up late this week, getting more of a summer-like feel late this week through the weekend. We'll have those scattered storms moving in Friday. Rain chances Friday through the weekend running 40 to 50%, and then on into next week. Looks like we'll kind of be stuck in almost a summer-like pattern. Highs in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees, and a few of those afternoon storms each day. 7:06 now, checking on the roads for you. Here's Johnny H.
Thank you, Steve Caparata. Good morning, everyone. We're looking at traffic coming in from Denham on I-12. It starts to back up right before the range on ramp, as we always see in the morning. And then north of Watson, the southbound traffic on Highway 16 is backed up, and that's always the case in that area. What we are seeing unusual heavy traffic on a River Road near Convent. That's just past the Sunshine Bridge. We have a wreck that's blocking the westbound lane. Eastbound is still slow from earlier this morning where they were both blocked. Right near the old Emails restaurant that's no longer open, but that's where that is, so be aware of some unusually heavy traffic there. Meanwhile, the interstates are moving well here in Baton Rouge. This This is I-10 at College Drive. Everybody's waking up this morning coming off the bridge. Here's I-10 westbound traffic merging right here with I-110 southbound, and all of that's looking pretty good this morning. In fact, here's a live look at traffic on the bridge, and in the background you can see the LA1 Intercoastal overpass and traffic right there. Just a little brake tapping getting on the bridge there. Our drive times are looking pretty good coming out of Gonzales. Very slow coming out of Denham Springs, as we showed you, about half an hour. Average speeds in some spots about 24 miles per hour, and then 4 to 5 minutes from the 10-12 merge into the downtown area. Matt Williams has the morning off for our morning news headlines. We go back to Studio B with Liz Coe.
Hey, Johnny, thank you. So let's keep talking about traffic, but a traffic incident back in February of this year. So traffic homicide detectives with Baton Rouge Police need your help trying to track down any clues about a traffic incident that happened February 28th. So they say this was a hit and run incident on February 25th. So a 28-year-old man is actually still in the hospital suffering through some life-threatening injuries right now. They say a vehicle hit him there. This happened along Airline Highway near Old Hammond Highway, that intersection. So this happened the traffic incident investigators say the driver kept going without making any attempts to stop, allegedly hitting that 28-year-old and leaving him there for dead. So again, that person is still recovering in the hospital, but the investigation into who is responsible for this and why that happened is still ongoing. So if you can recall back to that, think late February, February 25th specifically, we're talking about Airline Highway near Old Hammond Highway. If any of this sounds familiar to you, go ahead and call Crime Stoppers with any little tip. Maybe you saw the make of a vehicle, the model, the color, any little thing that can help detectives here can really help further this investigation. So again, they're still working this traffic incident investigation from late February, but we're also talking about another incident from Baton Rouge Police Department. They're investigating a shooting yesterday. This one happening there on Highland Road, kind of by Harding Street. So one person is in critical condition. This happened around noon yesterday on Harding Boulevard. On Highland Road near Harding Street. So if this map kind of gives you an intersection of what is happening here, it's actually not far from the Big Easy gas station there at the corner of Harding and Highland. So they still don't know who's responsible for this. Again, all we know is that one person is in critical condition at this point. We're still waiting for an update from police on the condition update from them, along with any other information that could help you identify someone who could be responsible for this shooting here. Again, this one happening noon Monday on Highland and Harding. We're also keeping our eyes on a number of other things in our part of the world, including this. We've been talking about the two young boys in Livingston Parish who drowned in a pond, really, in a trailer park neighborhood there in Livingston. So kind of the aftermath of this is that their mother is dealing with planning 2 funerals at this point, because the investigation is playing out where the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office is looking into how these 2 boys fell into the pond. A number of different agencies responding to this all across Livingston Parish, even some in Tangipahoa, but a lot of the different agencies like Springfield Fire Rescue, Livingston, the number of different fire protection districts, they're all checking on each other because this is tough. Anytime you have an incident or an emergency situation where first responders are responding to someone, and anytime somebody dies, it's a tough situation to deal with, but especially when you talk about 2 young children, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, both brothers. A lot of people are trying to figure out, why did this happen? How does this happen? And it's tough when you're talking about little bitty babies, right? So as they try to figure out how to move forward for this, it's still tough because they have more emergency situations to deal with, but it's not like they glaze over the fact that they've got these 2 young victims. They remember them and they're trying to help the mother. Local people in that area are trying to help the mother figure out what's next. But people who live in that trailer park area, the Deer Heads Trailer Park, they're saying that they're asking for more safety repairs in the area to make it a little bit safer for children. So we're going to keep our eyes on this story. We're going to let you know what comes out of it. We're going to let you know what comes out of the investigation as the Sheriff's Office finds more details about that investigation. Something else we're also keeping our eyes on is that manhunt out of Texas. Surely you got a 9 News alert about this to your phone. So Texas authorities are still looking for this man. This is Francisco Oropesa. He's considered to be armed and dangerous after leaving Texas, the Cleveland, Texas area, after shooting 5 of his neighbors, all 5 of them being dead. And the victims actually range in age from 9 years old to 30 years old. So this is a situation that is still kind of developing here. And the governor in Texas, Governor Abbott is putting up $50,000 in reward money as the FBI does not seem to be any closer to any leads or tracking Francisco Oropesa. We're told that he's actually a Mexican national who was actually went back and forth between Mexico and Texas up to 14 different times. So again, they still don't know where he may be. They're just asking people to be on the lookout. And when I say people, they're asking people across the nation because they have no idea where he may be at this point. Again, he may be armed and dangerous, and so if you happen to see this man, maybe this picture looks familiar to you, just call 911 and local authorities will get your phone call to the right authorities in Texas to try to get him detained there. We're also keeping our eyes on this Hollywood strike, right? So a lot of people turn to sitcoms. A lot of people turn to their favorite shows and movies for some comedic relief, something to laugh at despite all of the crazy headlines that are happening in our part of the world and beyond. So could that change? Could you see a hiatus in some of your favorite TV shows? It is possible. Hollywood writers, about 12,000 of them, are going to go on strike starting today. They're asking for fair pay in light of all of the different streaming services and how shows have changed in the streaming age. So it's going to start tonight with some of your late night TV shows. They will not be airing new episodes. That is just one of the things you're going to see as an outcome of these writer strikes there in Hollywood. Some of your movie productions could be delayed as well as the delay of some new seasons of shows. We're going to keep our eyes on all of these conversations. A lot of people interested to see how this happens. The last time this happened, I believe the last strike, 2007, lasting about 100 days, costing California's economy there about billions of dollars in entertainment money. We're keeping our eyes on that. We're also talking about some good things happening in our part of the world, including this. The NBA Foundation providing some grants to the Baton Rouge Youth Coalition. They're providing grants to make sure things are paid for kids who are trying to get a college degree. We're talking about tuition costs, book costs, all the different things that go into going and paying for college. NBA Foundation making sure that the Brick Foundation has that money to give out to local students. I tell you what, today, quick mention here, Hope Ministries of Baton Rouge hosting the Iron Chef competition. They're known for feeding people in the community, and they're hosting an Iron Chef competition, making sure people know how to cook some meals. So head on over to Hope Ministries today. Steve, it is a good day to head on outside, especially because they've got an outdoor space. They may be doing some of these cooking demos outside. 55 degrees to start, 56 degrees to start, but it's going to warm up a little bit today.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Really nice outside right now. A little bit cool, but up to 84. You will see some clouds move in today, Liz, but no worries with that, no rainfall. It looks like rain chances, unfortunately, do move back in by this weekend.
We'll keep our eyes on it. Johnny, it looks like the traffic flowing not too bad there at I-10 at College.
Normal morning rush hour so far.
We'll take it. We'll see you on the other side in 3 minutes.